Okay, this is Ian and Dave, and we are making a world for Oort Online.
Yeah, we are. We're going to make a world. So our main environment engineer is currently away, so we thought, how hard could this be?
This is a very loud keyboard.
It's quite a loud keyboard. So we're going to make some world based on some of the suggestions that you guys have come up with. So this could be amazing. This could also be a disaster. Either way, we'll make a cool world for people to play in. So what are we going to call it? That's a good start.
Well, okay. That's the temporary name. I'm going to start with that. Okay, so we got all this stuff. And let's just make this full screen to start with. Yeah.
So this is our world generation tool. This is how we manage to make all these different crazy worlds, and will be the way that we can generate fantastic adventures in the future for people to try. So what we're going to do is we will just start by making one biome, one area, and get something on screen so you can see what it's going to look like, what it looks like in the visualizer, and then how we can tweak it to make it kind of interesting. So one suggestion that we had was somebody asked for, can we get a load of islands? We want to do like a sea full of islands so that people can like construct little things on islands and such like that. So how should we go about that? Yeah, what are you thinking?
Islands.
Like I'm thinking different sized desert islands, but like little dinky ones, so you can have your own little plot of land, pretty much.
So we got to start. I started in the wrong place, didn't I? So we need an altitude.
An altitude
noise. So we got our initial noise here. This is what it looks like, and then we can have a look at that in 3D, and it's a bit jaggedy.
So that's to decide what is going to be higher and lower, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so things that are higher are more likely to appear where the white things are, and then like lower sea level things are going to be.
So I mean, this is 32 chunks as well, which is This is just about, I think. No, you can see about half of this when you start the game. If you wait for it all to load. So
how many blocks in a chunk, first of all?
16, and then there's 32 of those.
16 blocks in a chunk, and each one of these represents a chunk, right? So that's quite a lot.
Yeah, so we've got 32 of them.
32, yeah, okay, 32. And then these at the moment are individual blocks, basically.
Yeah, if you zoom right in, you can see the
so
blocks.
Those are the individual blocks. Yeah, check it out. So obviously that's quite steep right now. It's very hard to climb any of that.
Well, okay, so this is the first step, and this is how we pick our biomes, right? So we want this to be relatively low frequency because we want our biomes to be nice and spaced out.
Okay.
And so this is going to be the overall altitude of the world. Like, so if you want let's see, we want 2 biomes. So you're going to want like an ocean biome and a
let's do an ocean one and a mountain one for the time being.
And a mountain one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll definitely see the difference, right?
Oop. Right. So then your ocean one, I don't know what you want it to be. It'll go up to 30 from 0, and then your other biome will go up from 25 up to 1, let's say. So now we can see the combined height map. So this is how our biomes will be selected from the altitude, and we got some very interesting biomes in the moment. That'll get we could.
So red is going to be one and blue is going to be the other, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you know which is which?
That's a good question.
Well, let's just assume that the blue one is going to be the lower one.
Well, if we give this second biome a height map quickly.
Okay. And height map is basically the level of the land within that biome, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we want the sea biome to be low.
Quite low. So
yeah. So we're going to
go 67 blocks.
Yeah.
Out of what, 256, right?
Yeah. Although the sea biome is going to be pretty boring. It's just going to be the bottom of the sea, basically.
Yeah, but we'll put some islands in it and we'll make the islands kind of funky.
Oh, okay, I see. So you want mountain... Okay, so the sea biome includes islands.
Yeah, so we're going to put loads of little islands within the sea biome
So
and make it, and then we can like make a big sea, pretty much.
So this is what our sea biome looks like.
So
Just started off.
Yeah.
And you want lots of little islands like this? Is this...
I think that like each one of those is going to be like,
you don't want it to go all the way down.
3 blocks long. You won't have any space to build on that. So I was thinking. Now, one thing I do know about, we need to get some Wally noise in there.
A Wally noise.
Wally noise will make some
Okay.
cool.
Okay. Let me just show people. So we have, this is Perlin noise. This is our first noise function, and we have simplex noise, which looks a little bit more noisy.
A bit more uniform. It feels a bit more blocky, squarey kind of thing.
And then Wally noise, which is crazy. So this is all. Yeah, we need to put in.
Add a component.
Add a component. That's what I need to do.
Yeah.
Boosh.
There we go.
So this is like lots of little holes.
Yeah, like golf ball divots, basically.
Yeah.
So whack that in.
Yep. And if we make that a bit more low frequency.
Yeah.
So you want Wally noise. That will give us some...
so I'm thinking upside down Wally.
Oh, upside down. Oh, it's the best. How do I do that?
Multipliers. -1, I think.
-1. Boosh!
There you go. So they're going to be the start of each of the little islands, right? And then we want to merge this with other functions to kind of get them to blend together.
Okay. So let's
so kill off all the other noises, I guess.
Well, no, I like the Perlin noise. Let's mix that with the Wally noise. Oh, sorry, this is getting mixed. Let's close some other things.
Yeah. Don't need all of these just yet.
Actually, wait, no.
Keep that one.
Let's look at the height map of the biome.
So this is the height map is going to be the output of what it will look like.
Yeah.
And these noise functions, when put together, will create the height map. That's what we're working on at the moment.
So let's do a sum of these two.
So disconnect that one.
Will I?
Yeah, you will.
I will.
Yeah, you will. And you can see it updating when we do it, which is pretty cool.
So now we plug that all in, and yeah, we got kind of funky mix with some platforms.
Let's see what's going on there.
Let's just lower the frequency on this guy. Ooh.
Yeah.
See, this is how we normally do stuff. We don't really think about what we're doing. We just play with the sliders, and then it creates something cool, and we go, oh, we like how that looks.
It's the best way to learn is to find out by doing.
Yeah, just play
find
with
things that are interesting. So sometimes you'll discover things you had no idea what it was supposed to be like in the first place.
I don't know why has it gone all flat at the top?
I guess do we have a height limit? I guess we probably do.
Let's just look at what this looks like. Yeah, so it's all gone white.
So we can use that's basically because there's a peak.
Because we're adding two things together.
Yeah.
So we should turn down the
lower one of them, and then it'll kind of smooth off.
I like that one. This one. Can I lower both of them? No, I can't. I can't lower.
Like Mason's
there we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
So we kind of want to flatten the whole thing overall. But we can do that in the height map. So what this is generating is a noise function between 0 and 1, and then we can shrink that down so it's like a smaller amount. So we won't get really, really steep blocks. We'll get like kind of flattened islands, but we use this to kind of figure out what the top of the islands is going to look like. So yeah, let's have a look.
Oh,
yeah, see, it looks kind of bumpy. That's cool.
Maybe.
Yeah. So I think the original noise function, we need to make that lower frequency, so you get like bigger clumps, basically. That one.
Well, you can just do that here. Oh, we can do it in both places over here.
Yeah, so you get like a mixtury bumpy thing, and you can see like shapes.
The lower that we make this frequency, the less kind of textured noise we get, and the more we'll just get smooth things. Yeah. So unless we could add another term which is more noisy, should we do that?
Yeah, let's add another term. More noise.
Douche.
Yeah,
and then
put another noise in there.
let's use simplex this time.
Yeah. just to mix it up.
Yeah, and that will be our high frequency noise. Yeah. Oh, it's made a
So
mess.
that's going to add all the variation, right? That's going to make
Just
it.
make it a bit more. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's kind of spiky at the moment.
Just a little bit more. A little bit less. Okay.
Let's have a look at. Do you want to zoom in on that? See what it's going to look like. So at the moment they're going to be quite. They would probably end up quite steep. So we probably want to make a few more like flatter ones that are a bit wider, so that you actually have room to build on them.
Flatter ones.
Yeah. So maybe lower the overall.
So the like a low frequency. We could lower the frequency on the Wally and then make it a bit more powerful.
Multiply. Make it more
So there you got.
obvious.
Yeah, it's not very islandy though.
Well, then drop the whole frequency of everything.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, now it's starting to... That's better.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Right, I think we need to drop the frequency of this guy as well now.
Yeah. So that looks a bit more like an ocean floor, doesn't it? A bit kind of rocky.
Well, no, so I guess like the green bits would be the tops and the blue
Yeah, they're
bits.
going to be the little peaks of the islands. They're still quite dense at the moment.
So there you go. So should we just leave that biome for now and let's have a look
get
at
the
the other
water
one?
in. Show one with the water in, and then.
Oh, okay,
we
right,
can
yeah. So we'll go
have a
back
look
here
at the-
and we've got the final world. So
This is what it will
this
look like
is
with
what.
the
Oh,
water
oh.
So we're going to have to drop the overall height, basically. At the moment, the world is too.
Well, no.
high.
So you can see where it's picking the first biome and the second biome, right?
Oh, okay. So how about
So the problem is I just need to set a min level over here, and then it will make more sense.
to stop the other biome from showing up?
No. So just make it more obvious. So now we can see.
Which one? So the less bumpy one is the one at the bottom.
Let's pump it right up.
Or how about this? Why don't we change it to be made out of sand, and then you can see where it is?
Yeah. Okay. Let's add
Let's do that.
let's add a bit of color. Okay. So let's add a substrate. Boosh.
Yep. So we're just going to put a layer of sand on top of it.
So the surface is going to have. Whoops. Why is this? Oh.
Pick
Yeah.
some sand.
And where's sand? I guess this is alphabetical.
S is for sand.
I'm going to show everyone that I don't know my alphabet. There we go.
There we go.
Did that work?
Change. Is the max gradient right? You need to up that. I think you drag that down.
Yeah.
So it'll do it on all gradients.
Oh,
there
yeah.
we go. Now you can see it building.
So now we can see the different biomes.
And what will happen is the ocean biome will blend with the mountain biome. So you can see like how some of it is still not sand colored because that's the mountains kind of emerging.
Yeah.
So we probably want to lower that frequency with the blend frequency. You want to make them much more separate.
Yeah. Let's just let's look at the biome selection map. So there you go. So now we're going to mostly be picking this other biome with the odd patch of the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we can mostly see our sand biome, and then there's our mountain biome occasionally being picked.
Kind of jutting out of the...
Yeah. Although we can't see any water, so clearly we're a bit too high.
Yeah, so we need to move everything down a bit, right?
Yep. So let's go down a little bit.
Until the water floods in, and then we can see what the islands are going to look like.
I think I do. Yeah, water is in. Alright, let's just take it right down.
Even further down. So much further down. Oh,
Yay!
patches of water showing up now. There's a start of a lake.
Okay, so it's more like an oasis.
Yeah,
the-
this
the-
is an
the
accidental
sea.
desert, a very bumpy desert. So
A little bit lower.
drop it even more. I'll wait for that to update.
Okay, this is mostly going to be underwater now, I think.
No, that's good. That's good because then we can like adjust the heights so that's. some of
Okay,
the
so now
islands
you
are-
can really see where the mountains are being picked and where the the sea is being picked. But yeah, those islands look kind of cool.
That's good. That's good. I think we need to make the height of the islands more different so that we get loads and loads of little ones, because at the moment they look like big land masses, right? So I guess we go back to the height map for that.
You want lots of little ones.
Yeah. Okay, more little ones. So everyone can have their own island.
Okay. So let's go back to the height map.
So at the moment they're all pretty much the same colour, so we need to make it a little bit steeper in some places.
So you want more islandy islands? I thought you want. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna have to
stretch a bit further down, right? Did we mention we're professionals?
More islandy islands.
So go. Okay, let's have a look at the height map at least, and see what that's showing. Because if you change the max and min level of that, surely that should stretch out a bit better, right? So maybe you need to lower the min level a bit more.
Oh, okay, wait. So this is what it looks like when it's all stretched out between 0 and 1. Yeah.
So what we want to do is we want to make that range bigger. So we kind of want to drop these things even deeper. The greens.
He's pointing over here.
I'm using my finger to point at the greens and blues. Like they need to go even further down.
The sea goes right down to 8. That is quite.
Is that as low?
Pretty close to the bottom of the world.
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of mining opportunities.
Not much underneath the sea here. Although to be honest, right, it's kind of not that low. So maybe we can. It's just because our noise function isn't using the whole range.
Yeah. So let's go back to the noise function. I think that's what we need to do to make it even deeper, and then we'll get more peaks at the top, which will be the tops of
so our noise function should aim to go right from the bottom all the way up to the top.
Yeah.
And if we look at this cross section, you can see it's not quite going all the way down to the bottom. So we should play with these a bit more.
Yeah.
Oh, that made it worse. That made it better.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter if they go right to the top, because then we'll get like a little bit flat land on top of it. That's the aim, right?
Yeah.
And we'll get some nice big deep sea crevasses, so you can try and see how deep you can dive.
So we want a bit more.
Yeah. I know what else you could do. Is it the remap function? I think it's the remap function that flattens the top of things to make them a bit more rounded. So you can have it quite steep, and then you put it through the remap function, and it'll kind of. I saw that happen. That's definitely a thing.
Oh, so yeah, we could remap it so that the bottom is closer to here if we want. So. Bink.
Knock that out of the height map.
And then we'll just put a remap in here. And remap this from there to there.
Yeah.
And then we're going to bring up the minimum.
So we need to look at the remap.
We need to look at the remap.
Let's see what that looks like.
Ooh.
It's kind of smoothing the top out a bit. That's what that looks like it's doing.
Okay,
so we've still got flat bits, but that's good. We want flat bits because then you've got something to build on, right?
There you go. I wanted to take it down, not up.
Maybe that's a bit steep. Maybe we need to drop the.
No. That's because this then gets remapped too. So okay, so this should be between. This should go right the way to the top and all the way down to the bottom.
Okay.
This one will then remap it into the actual heights that we're going to use. Okay, yeah, I can see that taking shape. So you want to look
at
a
bit more sparse.
Let's have a look at the final thing. I think I can actually go for deposited world. Yeah, which will be a bit quicker. Ooh.
Oh, it's starting to get there. But we need to make the water level rise a bit more now, right? So I guess we drop the whole thing.
So you want the water?
Yeah, you want to drop it so that they sink down into the water, and only the tallest bits survive.
Was that good, or is that
a bit more? Because otherwise you have to climb up your island. You want to kind of just swim off the shore straight onto it, right?
Okay, then we're going to need more.
We don't have sea level changes right now, so you don't have to worry about tidal waves or anything.
Okay, should we put something on these islands then?
Yeah.
Make them a bit more interesting. So we got. Let's see. Should we do some strata? Let's do some strata. Or we could put some more substrates in.
Well, what would you want to find on the... If you could take anything to a desert island, what would you take? And don't say obsidian.
Large blocks of gold, probably.
Just collect gold.
Yeah,
on
just
desert island.
Just massive blocks of gold, or diamond. That would, I could live with that.
Put loads of diamond. Just find diamonds on desert islands.
That's what would fit on an island? Ice, of course.
Yep, that
good
old nugget.
Good old melons.
Oh yeah, pumpkins and melons. How about them? You could find a couple of those on desert islands.
Actually, you know what we need? We need coconuts.
We do. Maybe okay. We'll put that. That will go in one of the goals. Coconuts. Coconut support.
Why can I not see these then? So. Oh, because I've picked it as a strata. Yeah, no. This is a strata.
Little
you're thinking of
decoration.
Decoration.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
So strata, that's not.
Yeah, you don't want to cover the landscape in.
Strata is like a layer that we put underneath. So we want to
just try it. See what happens if you replace all of the stone with melons.
Okay, let's just replace the stone with.
You have to pick a melon.
Replace stone with melons.
See where that appears. Okay, so there's a layer underground. There's a layer of melons.
Yeah, that for some reason is white on. On a visualization.
So maybe that's the survival approach is to dig underground until you find all the melons.
That's a bit of a boring line of melons right now. So let's add some noise and make it a bit more interesting.
Yeah, some Y noise and some depth noise. So there just aren't melons. You've got to work hard to get those melons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't want to make it too easy.
They'll be there, but you don't know how deep they'll be. Oh, so that's a bit wonky. Y noise, let's just lower that frequency a bit.
Lower Y noise and I guess increase depth.
I guess
noise.
I'm looking on the wrong bit. Oh, yeah.
So what strata allows us to do is allows us to put in different layers of stuff. So imagine it like different layers of rock. Like you have granite on top of sandstone on top of...
so we can put another layer of... underneath the melons, we could put pumpkins.
This is going to be a very, very food-oriented.
Yeah, I don't think we should really put melons down there. I don't think that's really going to work. Okay. It's not going to be a very structurally sound island.
Yeah, you don't want your buildings to collapse under the weight of themselves and destroy all the melons.
I like using the wool. Like white wool is kind of fun, but again, doesn't really make much sense.
Why don't we use some of the stones then?
We should put some granite in.
Granite and I guess.
Where's G? G for granite.
Yeah, just do a layer.
So I already had it picked.
Do a layer of granite.
And then we'll just make this one a bit deeper.
I guess you want to go down a bit, yeah.
Yeah, and then we can just add another
couple of noise functions.
Couple of these guys to make it wobbly. Bonk. Bonk. And just pick a lower frequency for that so it wobbles around a bit.
Yeah.
And maybe make that a bit. Oh, whoops.
Make it thicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thick layer of granite.
A thick layer of granite underneath. Okay, so we should probably. What I meant to do was do a decoration. So let's do that.
Yeah, we'll do decorations.
And then we can actually put like melons and pumpkins on the surface, which is what I meant to do.
Okay, so yeah, let's switch out those melons for an actual stone block then or something.
Okay, what do you want?
What about... How about a layer of obsidian?
No! Obsidian's really hard to get through.
Well, that's a part of the challenge, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
It's too tough.
Okay, how about dirt then?
Yeah, just a...
We'll put a layer of dirt. So you've got a light layer of dirt. And then you get down to some granite.
Yeah. Oh, we should also say that it can also replace... Can I do that? Replace... sand.
So you can see it like popping out the edge.
Yeah, so you can see it like replacing the sand in places.
Yeah.
Sand,
As it gets to the edge of your island, you should see the layer of dirt.
Bink.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, cool.
Now it's kind of appearing all the way through.
Should we actually make that a little bit higher?
I think the sea level needs to be higher. So let's drop the land down even further. I guess.
Well, it's all going to be underground if you go any further.
Yeah, it's either that or you got to raise the sea level, right? So
we can't raise the sea level.
yeah, we'll leave the sea level where it is. So drop the whole biome down a bit further, so that you can only just see the top. Yeah, more things disappearing underwater now.
Yeah.
Nice.
I suppose let's just have a look at a different spot.
Yeah. So another thing we can do is once we've designed these things, we can basically flick around the world and see what it's going to look like in different places. So you just change your coordinates and it'll redraw everything, which is cool because it makes sure that you don't just look at one spot and go, oh, that looks perfect, and then find that it's rubbish everywhere else.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's too much because there's hardly almost all of it's underwater.
No, that's perfect. Like, because then you've got to swim between the islands to go and build things on them, right?
Yeah, but these are tiny islands. Well,
yeah, little homes.
Okay.
We can put more of them in. We can make the worlds bigger with that stuff.
Okay, yeah. Well, actually, I don't like this spot that I've picked. Let's go and have a look at a different spot.
Back to the middle.
Yeah, I suppose let's go back.
Those are some pretty tall mountains.
Yeah, we
may need to add an elevator or something. or less mountains. Oh, that's cool. How about that bit? Yeah, there's like a few little islands, and then there's like a little lakey thing, and
yeah.
Cool.
Let's go. So, if we want to put some stuff on our island, we could put some long grass down. No, let's not do that.
Yeah, something. So we said melons. So let's go with
melons.
Find melons on the island.
Melon. I think melon was.
Pumpkins. How about pumpkins?
Melon was white, wasn't it?
Yep.
So
you see loads of little melons?
I do not see any melons yet, so I guess.
Okay, we're gonna have to adjust something.
A threshold. Oh, maybe we need a noise function.
Yeah, we'll add some noise at least.
Or slash. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm looking at.
You on the right biome?
Deposited world.
Yeah, you're looking at the right one. Okay. Have a look around.
Well,
zoom out.
Let's just make it so that it's ridiculous.
It's definitely going to be melons.
Common everywhere.
How about add the it needs to go on top of sand. So melons have to be placed on top of sand.
Yeah, that's what the problem is.
There we go.
They're gonna appear everywhere now.
Yeah, there's just gonna be a whole sea of melon chart.
Sand.
Oh, okay, that's a lot of melons.
That's a whole load of melons.
Oh, and underwater.
Yeah, like right across the seafloor. Okay, so let's not put those on these steep slopes. I don't like them there. Maybe so let's just reduce the gradient where they get placed. Okay.
So that basically means that they can only show up on flat things or more.
We want this to be high frequency, and then we want to drop the threshold.
Yeah, so they're just much less melons.
Drop it again.
Yeah, we want kind of like one or two here and there.
I mean, we probably should have gone for, is this decoration?
Yeah,
there's another one.
This is right.
Oh, we could have gone for a plantation. Might make more sense for melons.
Yeah, because you kind of want one or other of them, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's make this something else. What could we put on top of sand?
Wood.
Just like
driftwood.
Driftwood everywhere. Okay. Driftwood done.
Junglewood.
Junglewood.
Oh, is it going to be
brown?
What colour is it going to be?
Maybe they're
okay. It's white.
Well. Let's try another kind of wood. What about what's the standard ones we get? Lightwood.
Lightwood.
There
we go. Yeah.
So there's still a lot of driftwood.
Yeah.
So I think we need to reduce the altitude which it shows up on. So it needs to be a really thin layer just on top of those islands, right? So we want to make the min y really high. So it doesn't. There you go. It's not going to show up on the seafloor.
Right, a bit lower than that.
Yeah. Somewhere between the two.
Oh yeah.
Did we mention this?
Nailed it.
There's a lot of tweaking to be done here.
Nailed it.
And we probably want to drop the frequency even more.
Frequency.
Because there's just so much of it. Yeah, make
we
it super sparse.
Yeah, that's what. So we want the frequency to be higher.
Frequency to be higher, and then the threshold to be lower.
The threshold's already pretty low. Let's just do
That's
some
a
zoom.
lot of wood.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. That's like a whole load of boats crashed into those islands.
We're probably misusing the tool massively here.
Yeah.
Uh.
Did we mention we're professionals?
Okay.
So,
why is it so?
Oh
wait. We could make it so that it doesn't happen on like flat land, and then we won't get it actually on the tops. There we go.
Okay, so no trees, but just bits of wood everywhere.
Yeah, just random bits of wood.
Okay.
Why not? Okay.
Yeah.
So
because we can.
Should we put some trees on there?
I think we should do some trees and we should do some melons or pumpkins. Because we keep talking about melons.
So this is getting a bit messy. So I'm just going to go ahead and press the auto layout button, which makes it a bit cleaner. Yeah.
Very, very tidy now.
Oh yeah.
Incredibly manageable.
So let's add a plantation, which is going to be trees for this island biome.
Yeah.
We're going to put it on the surface floor. This is cool. So we could have trees like growing off the tops of things. I did not know we could do that.
Let's put them just on the flat bits, so they'll only grow on the flat tops of all the islands.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, first off, we've got to decide on what our tree looks like.
Yeah. So this is the tree builder. It's pretty basic at the moment, but it allows us to build some interesting shaped trees. So they're pretty boring trees right there.
Yeah, that's not the most interesting of tree. Let's see, we can make them higher. So this is 15 blocks high now.
It's going to be quite tall, isn't it?
Yeah. And it gets really interesting when we get up to this tool. Because I can't visualize it because I need some 3D noise functions.
Yeah.
Oh dear. This is where it gets complicated. And these will pick where we put, so how tall the trees are, depending on their position in the world. And like if you look at the 3D noise is confusing.
The rainbow cube.
Yeah, rainbow cube. That tells me exactly what's happening.
Yeah, you've got to trust us and to say that this is doing something.
So, well, we can reverse the threshold, and then you can kind of see it a bit better.
Yeah.
Bit better.
Yeah, you probably want to go back to that. That's probably better. Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, not really sure what those do.
So let's have a look at how they get placed down. Oh, they need to be constraint needs to be sand. We need to have it on the sand.
Sand.
So these are going to be like our desert island trees.
Pink. Okay.
Let's have a look at the deposited world and see what that looks like.
I think this might be. Well, let's try deposited and see if it shows.
Final world, maybe we need to do that. I think it needs to be final world if we're going to have trees on it.
Yeah, I think it is the final world.
The final world. So the difference between the two is that the final world includes all of
underwater trees. Oh, this is the best accident ever. No, this is staying in. We're having underwater trees in our next. Oh, I love this already.
Okay, underwater trees, fine.
That is brilliant.
So if we're going to do that, they need to be on. Put them on flat surfaces.
Oh, what have I just committed to? I'm not sure if that's even going to work in the game. Sorry, what were you saying?
I'm saying put them only on flat surfaces, so change the gradients in which they can show up.
Oh.
So we want them to end up on the islands or underwater, but not on the slopes.
Boosh.
Otherwise, it'd be really hard to get past them.
You don't want them on the slopes. You want them.
You don't want them on the slopes. You only want them on the flat bits of the islands.
There's like hardly any underwater now. Okay, wait.
You did it the other way around.
I did that. I did the other thing.
You did the absolute opposite. Only on the steepest bits.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the max gradient, and you want to make the min even closer to the max.
What?
Yeah?
Mm.
Don't you?
You don't. Where do you want it? On
They
the
need
flat
to be on the
bits?
flat bits. So the both of them need to be really low to the bottom, right? So the min gradient needs to be entirely. Yeah, you're right.
So you don't want it on the flat bits
No,
because
entirely
then
on the flat bits.
entirely on the flat
Yeah.
bits is just that
Yeah,
that-
yeah. So yeah, right. Not on steep slopes, just on the islands that are 100% flat.
Oh, there's like a whole lot less underground trees now.
Okay.
There's still the odd
The secret underwater tree.
underwater trees are amazing, and I already love them so much.
Should we keep them then?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
these are
best
aquatic
accident
trees.
ever. I love this. So what kind of? They could have bookshelves for leaves. Might not be a good idea.
Well, if anybody's been on Luca World so far, you've definitely seen the iron trees.
Yeah.
So
Which
you
at the
can-
moment we don't have textures for those, so they're just debug blocks.
yeah,
Woohoo!
if you found the mythical debug trees in Luca World, they will be turned into real trees later.
Oh, they could have sand leaves
That would be
because
really
they're kind of like
bizarre.
sand trees.
Let's go with the desert island thing. Have we got different? Can we do different coloured leaves?
Oh, they could be.
Can we do green leaves on them?
Yeah, we can do
Sand trees
sand trees. I think are kind of cool.
with wood.
Although we're going to make the sand fall at some point.
The tree would just disintegrate.
the tree just disintegrates. Like you touch it and it's like, oh,
and then yeah,
the whole thing falls down.
Yeah, let's maybe not.
Well, oh, so we can use sandstone. There we go. That makes more
I think
sense.
sandstone's a debug block as well.
Oh.
No, we can't use sandstone.
Uh,
What else is left? Wool trees. How about that?
Oh well, yeah.
Since we don't have any we don't
green-
have any animals in yet, I think we need a way to get some wool.
See, I was
green wool
experimenting
trees.
with the world the other day. No, I don't. I like the sand.
Oh, they're pretty fluorescent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's
okay.
just in the editor. Well, actually, I think they might be this colouring game as well.
Okay, we'll find out. I found out the hard way. The great islands of wool trees. Now that sounds like something out of a myth, right? I travelled so far to find the islands of wool trees.
Yeah, but they're underwater. They're underwater.
The underwater islands of wool trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so should we play around with the? Should we play around with how the trees look? We could make them a bit taller, like sticking out of the water.
Oh, that'd be weird.
Uh,
Well, we'll make the trunks nice and low so that you can actually. It's even possible to cut down the wood.
so we got some taller trees. Do you like
Yeah,
that?
they're pretty cool.
So it adds a bit more colour, makes it a bit more interesting. I mean, we could. There's this other stuff like bias. I don't really know what this one does.
It kind of flattens the tree out, so it doesn't. When you have a lot of radius, you kind of get like.
Oh, so now they look.
tree.
Yeah, they look like Christmas trees. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then-
and the taper as well.
What happens if I make it like full? Oh, so that's
You
just
can
making the
only
leaves
find
like
out.
further up the tree. So you get like a long
Oh yeah, sorry.
trunk.
One is one end, and
You get a long trunk.
Yeah, no, we want more tree. We want it more.
Yeah, I preferred
more
it the way it
leaves.
was at the start.
Yeah.
I think
Does it look
I'm happy with that actually. So let's just make sure we got some. Okay, so we've got some different sizes. What does this noise do?
So that's the variations of them where they basically show up, I think.
Threshold and density.
Yeah.
Should we?
I think it's cool. I think it's good at the moment. Like they're appearing in the right place. I think you just need to see them in the game as well. That we want to
Depth, clearance.
tell.
Okay, what else have we got? So we've got lakes. That doesn't really make sense, seeing as it's already in the sea, and oars.
Can we do caves?
We can.
Caves in the mountains? Is that possible?
Caves are pretty tricky. I'm not very good with caves yet.
Okay.
Um,
Maybe we'll do another.
Well, let me just see if I can remember how to do caves quickly. Let's just do another auto layout.
Move your noise around.
Over here. So I think it's you do. I think you have to use absolute 2 because That's what Luca was saying.
Yep, he knows best.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. Like, he wrote it, so...
Yeah.
Okay,
so
and then
Luca is our resident environment engineer. So he's the one that creates the fjords and fauna and all the scenery and such. So yeah, and he's not here right now. So
we should save this before we mess around with caves as well. I don't know what's going to happen if. Yeah, we didn't give it a name, did we?
No. Let's just call it Islands of Wool Trees. The Islands of Wool Trees.
Okay, I'm gonna
the
call
Wool
it,
Islands.
Yeah, Wool Islands or
Woolly Islands. If you can think of a better name than that, we will rename it to something better than Woolly Islands.
As you can
trees.
see, like from our names so far, we are not good at naming things.
No.
We got a couple of good ones, but yeah, there's Eonopia 8.
Oh yeah. That promises to be a great
yep,
world.
That's going to be amazing when that comes out. Right, what are we doing? It's saving, right. So let's have something's gone wrong with my caves, so let's just have a quick look at caves.
What are they going to look like?
What they look like at the moment.
They don't look like. Are you missing a component? You need.
Oh yeah, I needed a component. Oh okay, there are the caves.
Wow. There's a lot.
So this is.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, we probably want like a lower frequency, I guess.
Okay, let's see what's going on there.
Was it absolute 2?
What do they round them off? Do they?
No. Okay, I think we should leave this because I'm not sure how to do this stuff yet.
Okay, we're even more out of our depth than usual. So we'll save caves for another time.
Leave caves for the next video where Luke is here and he can tell us what to do.
Yeah.
So let's go back to our final tree world. I like this.
Yeah.
Shall we do something with the mountains then?
Yeah, to put some snow on the top.
You want snow on the top of the...
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
we can definitely do snow-capped. Sandy, snow-capped mountains.
Wait, you want... okay. Grab.
The mountains are looking pretty good already, I gotta say. They,
well, from the all of like... Was it like half... like 30 seconds I spent on them so far?
Yeah, that's how easy it is to create...
a mountain.
Yeah, mountains in our editor.
Yeah, oh, well, I think they're a bit too tall at the moment. I think that would be a bit annoying in game. Like, you know, this is like 200 blocks right here.
Yeah, we want you to be able to climb them a little bit.
Yeah, that would... maybe we could...
it's got to be a challenge, but you've got to be able to get up.
I wonder if we could make a way so that, like, there's always a smooth bit that you can walk up. So, yeah, one of the other things is... when we're using the editor, there's sand, dirt, and grass will all automatically get turned into slopes. So all of these beaches and things will just turn into slopes.
They'll be nice and smooth.
And so it's nice and easy for players to get up them. There is a problem, however, when you have like these high gradients, is that we can't really put a slope on that because it would have to be really steep, and then the players wouldn't be able to get up it anyway. So
you've got to climb at some point.
Well, I don't like climbing. I'm lazy. I just want to be able to like walk around.
That's where elevators are going to come.
Yeah. When we add jetpacks, it's just going to be so much easier. Okay, so this is maybe a bit too high. Let's move it down a bit. Probably don't want to go all the way up to the top of the world with this.
Sure. So shrink the heights of the mountains a bit.
Oh, whoops. Nope. It's a bit slow. Okay, yeah. Let's get. So let's just use one of the cheaper visualizations here. Let's switch back to the positive world. So we lose the trees, which is a shame, but now we can actually... Oh, sorry. See things update a bit more quickly.
So we want to maybe flatten the tops of the mountains a bit?
Yeah, we can do that in a second. Let's just bring them down to... Okay, so now they go up to 197, which is a bit more
that's
achievable.
Kind of manageable.
Yeah.
Whereabouts are the clouds? How high are clouds?
I don't know. I think the clouds are about 200. So the very top of this.
So we're going to have clouds.
Yeah.
Clouds will float
that was
over the top.
That was one of Well, actually, okay. Here we go on a bit of a detour. Let's save this and load up Fuchs World, which some of you might have been able to play on.
Fuchs World, yes.
Okay, so
the famous Fuchs World.
Yeah, yeah. Which looks a bit like this with the crazy orange trees.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, if it's just going to generate a bit more quickly. So this, you can see how high it is. I kind of messed up with this one. It's a bit too high. So that is why we're mostly in the clouds in Fuchs World.
Yeah.
I also didn't add any caves yet because I don't know how to do that.
For those of you who may have not quite figured it out, Fuchs World is named after our very own developer, David Fuchs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't the other way around. It wasn't his mum didn't name him after this world. It was definitely this world was named after him.
It's, again, not the most imaginative naming. But so this sort of height here, I think where the tops of these trees are, that's where the clouds come through here.
Yeah. So we want to make sure that our mountains will end up basically at the same height as that.
We want to make sure that we're below that.
Yeah.
Wool Island trees. Okay. So where are we at the moment then? What does it look like?
So we've lowered the mountains a bit.
Yeah, so I think the clouds are about here. So we'll be okay.
Okay.
Just the very top might be just into the clouds.
Yeah. Should we add some snow to the top of that?
Well, so that I like your idea of oh, sorry. Let's keep that up. I like your idea of smoothing the tops so that people can like build on them, because at the moment they're just going to be a bit too annoying.
Yeah, it would have to be. That would be like exploring places. You want somewhere where you can actually.
Oh, that's the other biome. So we're down here now. Right. Okay. How are we going to clamp it? We'll use our friend the remap again.
Or what about absolute noise? We'll get some interesting patterns with that.
Absolute. So absolute.
We'll get like a little kind of jaggedy lines along it. That would be cool.
So let's see what happens when we play around with this noise function and we make the max higher. Okay, so that pulls everything up.
So have a look at that noise
push
function.
it down.
Let's have a look, see what it's doing. Just the noise function.
This guy.
Yep. Let's have a look at that one.
Yeah, because we want it to all turn white. That's when we know we've hit the top.
Just smooth it all.
Ah, there we go. That's what we want to do.
That's going to make them all kind of flat on top. Is that the plan? Or do you want to smooth it? Because if you want to smooth it, I think we need some absolute noise.
Yeah, we'll need some more. Okay, yeah, absolute noise maybe. Well, let's try that in a second. Yeah, so this doesn't look very mountainy anymore. I think it's because it needs to mix. Like you get the mountainousness.
Mountainousness. We
yeah,
know that
you get that from the
blend. Yeah, so we can do just the height map, right?
From the height map. It just shows us. Yeah, there are our mountains.
So zoom in.
So we've kind of got a more flat base now. Zoom in a bit, yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah. There's little holes in it because it's the editor. It's not perfect.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. It's still quite steep.
Yeah, it's too. I still think it's a little too high.
What about? What if we? Let's use the flattening function. How about that?
Is there a flattening function?
The clue is in the name, the flattening function, yeah.
Ooh, I did not even see the... Oh, yeah, I remember what the flattening function... Oh, okay.
So that will help us make things that you can put things on, basically. So it takes all the height map and then it allows you to basically flatten it down with certain shapes.
Yeah, I've been doing this the whole wrong way. Okay, so flattening.
Okay.
I'm just going to pick 2 random noise functions, which is what I normally do. And then look at what happens.
Okay.
And nothing happened.
So I'm going to change... Well, we've got a lot of like really high peaks. We want to kind of spread them out a bit to get like a bit of a mix, a bit more of a mix.
Okay, I can see it kind of flattening a bit maybe there.
Yeah. Okay, well look at that one in the corner. That one in the corner looked like it had a... There.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, that's a bit easier to see. How about we zoom in on that mountain? move a little bit to the closer to that.
How do I? So you can do
Just do a bit of
fly
offset.
mode, and then what's that?
You're in the floor.
Space. That's what it is.
There we go. So you can fly around the world and see what it looks like. That's kind of flat on the top.
We want bigger scale, maybe.
That makes more little bits of things. So yeah, that'll do the trick. You see how they kind of separated shapes out there. You can see the definite lines between them.
Oh wait, do we want?
Yeah, that's working.
So yeah, we're getting a bit more crazy variation in it now.
Yeah, so spin that around.
I did not know about this one. This one's
Yeah,
cool.
look at that. So that's like our little imprint on the top. You can see how it's kind of like a big stamp has been just crushed on top of the mountain.
Yeah, so it kind of makes it look like it's you've got like different types of stone and different bits have got worn away.
Yeah, it's kind of divotty. It's quite cool.
Okay. I still think it's a bit steep because I'm not sure if we're going to get slopes on here.
No, you probably wouldn't. You're right. We need to basically flatten that a bit.
So
more.
I think more flattening.
I think the height map needs to go down.
I think there's a max power slider here, which just
as much as we want to.
I really want to put that on full.
Just remember where it goes. It's like I think it's just been crushed.
Oh, but look how cool this. Oh, I like this now.
It's quite an interesting shape, isn't it?
Yeah, you're getting some cool stuff.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool. How about we leave that and see what that looks like?
Yeah, we'll. I think that's enough on the height. So let's have a look at. So yeah, we want to put some. Do you want to put some ice on the top?
So I think two things. I think we
Snow
need
and
to put some dirt over the top so that we've got a bit of greenery, and then I think we want to put a layer of snow on top of that.
I'm not sure if snow is sloped yet. It's going to be sloped, but I'm not sure if we've sloped it. It's pretty easy to slope, but we haven't actually put that in yet.
Yeah, that's coming next with the.
Okay.
Ice
Oh yeah, with the ice being sloped as well.
Yeah, ice slopes.
Oh yes, if we have ice slope mountains and you can just slide down the sides of them, that will be fun.
Okay,
maybe we should
so
try
let's put a layer of dirt on first, and then put the snow on top of that, I guess. So what's it going to look like so far?
Dirt. Let's have a look at the deposited world, which will have this dirt in it.
Yeah, and you need to get.
Oh, okay, yeah. So here we go. We put some dirt down,
Yeah,
and then
look at that.
we got some grass growing on it for some reason.
That's nice. But yeah, the grass, because it's kind of flatter at the top, that will be where it'll kind of smooth off a bit. So what we probably want to do is snow only right at the top.
Because okay, so this is the thing. So we only got dirt in the when we were doing the islands. We only got dirt because we were using a strata. Because we're using a substrate, it turns into grass, which is like a little extra thing.
Yeah, grass basically will also it kind of indicates the top of something, and you'll get the nice smoothing with that.
And then we want to have
a very thin layer of snow, so like with a very high
snow.
Only appears right at the peaks.
Snow.
Yeah.
I can't see it. Can you see it?
Ice. We put ice on the top.
Yeah,
how about ice?
We have a snow block, right?
Oh. Let's put some ice up there.
Ice.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Kind of wintry ice.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's quite good.
Okay, but we want that to be only at the top, so we're going to change the max Y of. Oh.
So you need to make the dirt one a bit lower, and then make the depth of the ice a lot thinner, very very thin layer of ice. So the average depth needs to be a lot lower.
Okay, yeah, we need some noise, don't we? That's what we need.
If in doubt,
so that we can see this.
Add more noise.
Yeah, so that we can see the dirt poking through.
Yeah. So make the average depth.
I mean, maybe we should make the gradient for this really.
Other way around.
Yeah.
So it just settle is basically only on flat bits. Yeah, little bits of ice. Like it's melted. It's summertime. There's a beach there. There's loads of sand. It's the season is changing.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. We're gonna have like ice and sand.
Then change the Y values then.
Okay, that got rid of it.
So make the average depth of the ice a lot thinner, and then it won't spread out as much. Basically, you won't get thick clumpings of it.
I think I want more gradient on the dirt as well. Also, more gradient. So that we'll get more on the slopes. There we go.
Yeah.
They look like little volcanoes now. They're kind of cool.
They do. And we've got to remember this is because we're
ice.
blending between our islands and our mountains. That's why there's a lot of sand at the bottom. Kind of sand all the way up.
Max gradient, max Y. Still looks a bit okay, right? Yeah. So now we need some strata, right? Because these sides here is just like grey stone. It's a bit boring. So we'll put some
nice
strata in there. What are we going to have strata of?
What's the most obvious thing that's not melons that we can...
Well, we could just use granite and be boring.
Well, no, granite will work because it'll have a nice colour. You'll be able to see the colour through the...
So that's going to be a much higher...
Yeah.
Much higher.
So we want to see like little crossings.
And then a lot
mountains.
thicker. Yeah.
It's right
A
on top,
lot
nice
thicker.
little ring on it.
And then we also probably want to add a bit of noise to those guys again.
If in doubt, noise.
Noise is what you need. It's just it just makes things more interesting.
It does. It does make them way more interesting.
And a bit of Y offset, and then just up the amount that those can do. Yeah, so now it's a bit more wobbly.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe we should have done that with ice.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Well,
yeah, let's make that one ice.
Like frosty ice peaks. How about that? That sounds good.
Ice.
That'll look cool. Better than granite.
Yeah, and then we can save granite for this bit here. So we'll just
You're
put
gonna
another
do one more layer.
another layer, which replaces stone.
Yep.
And then we need to push that up. Bonk.
Make zebra mountains.
And push the depth up. And doot. Add the old noises again. I always flip between simplex and Perlin. I don't really know what I'm doing, so I just plonk them on there. And then maybe a bit higher frequency this time. I should play with these a bit and just.
Yeah. The lower frequency will basically make it a much more bigger wobble. So yeah, that looks cool. That's good. That's good.
I think we want lower frequency.
Yeah. There you go. Then it's kind of jaggedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we're almost there.
Now we need like the mountain tree. Like for me,
Yes,
the trees are what like defines the biome. Because
ooh.
I normally end up making a stupid tree.
So if we're gonna have maybe some kind of alpine trees that are kind of quite high up, I think right at the top of the mountains, and only at the top of the mountains, we need pumpkins.
Pumpkins. You want pumpkins
We've
at the
got
top?
to have pumpkins.
Because why? Decoration.
Yeah.
I think it's decoration, or is it plantations?
Plantations. Let's do the trees first. Plantations. Let's get some plantations on the go.
Think.
You can see this world is getting quite complicated now.
Yeah,
There's
it's already.
lots of wires connected
There's
to other
all sorts of
wires.
things. I think after we do this plantation, actually, that we should probably have a look at it in game and see how it looks.
Yeah. Because it's all well and good looking.
Probably
at the
fine.
Unless
We've got.
you know what the scale is. You may think your mountains are climbable up until you try and climb them, and then there's no chance to get up.
So
Just on grass, I guess.
you only want it
Trees.
on. We could have ice trees.
Yeah, we could do some ice trees. How about two different kinds of tree? One on grass and one
Okay,
on
well let's do the grass tree first then. Oh, sorry, I've got to pick it again. Okay, what
we're going to use an existing one, or we're going to make a new one?
We can make a boulder. So is bush an instance? Yeah. Okay. So if you wanted to have the pumpkins, I think this is how you do it. You create bushes of pumpkins.
Little pumpkin bush.
Yeah.
That's how pumpkins are made, right? Pumpkin bushes.
Pumpkin. Bonk. And oh, it's got a trunk type as well, which I guess will make
double pumpkins.
Yeah, double pumpkin.
Pumpkins with the leaves on.
Pumpkin. I'm going blind. Woo! Okay. Bonk.
Add the
Bonk.
magic pumpkin bush. Only on grass. And then we're going to have trees that will show up only on ice.
So why isn't it showing up again? Oh yeah, because we're not in the final world.
We need the full world view to see pumpkins.
Oh, it's going to be super slow. Chug.
So many things to build. Yeah, look at all that.
Okay, so
we need to add a noise function.
I guess they're just not very common at the moment.
Add the noise function.
The 3D noise function.
Oh, do we need... Hold on, is the constraint grass or is the constraint dirt?
Ah!
Needs to be dirt.
Yeah, it probably needs to be dirt.
Unless you want it to appear on
Oh
the
wait,
top of
no,
grass.
there was some there, look.
Oh yeah.
So it was grass.
Okay, I take it back.
Ian takes it all.
I know what
glass
I'm doing.
or grass? Grass.
Yeah.
Oh,
there are a couple. There you go.
yeah,
Some
not very
pumpkins.
common right now. That's. Oh, actually no. Oh yeah, it's just filling it in. I kind of like that. Let's make them a bit more. I think if I push the threshold down, does that make them more common? I don't know.
Yeah, they should be.
I'll push the density up.
They'll be more packed together, right?
You're
You're definitely changing something. I saw those trees move.
I saw something move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the magic of tweaking. You could spend hours moving pumpkins around. Okay, let's leave it at that. I think that's all right.
Make them really high, and then we'll be able to see them. There we go. There's one.
Oh, you've made a really tall pumpkin. Is that what you've done? A pile of pumpkins.
It's a massive stack of pumpkins.
Oh gosh.
Unfortunately, some of them appear to be floating.
Yeah. Okay. That might be a little bit too many pumpkins.
Yeah.
So why don't we drop that again?
Well, so another. I think it's just not wide enough, right? That's what the problem is.
You basically want a pumpkin bush. Is that what you?
Yeah. This is. Well, no. This is a proper bush. This isn't. We're not messing around here.
This is. It's like a stockpile.
Yeah.
That's like a squirrel collecting nuts and then shoving it in a massive pile.
Yeah.
Except with pumpkins.
We got. Yeah. So you're not going to run out of pumpkins in this world.
Kind of bigger than the trees.
I kind of like that. I kind of want to keep it.
It's a bit ridiculous, isn't it?
Can we taper it so that it's like upside down shaped? Yeah. Wait. Okay.
Like
you know what I'm doing?
upside down
I'm doing it in
pumpkin
the
pile.
wrong place. We should just look at the bush.
Let's see what it looks like.
Okay. So
Big old pumpkin bush.
Okay. We need to up the size. Yeah.
Oh jeez.
So that's what they look like right now. And ooh. So it's like more square shaped.
That's
I think that's
like a warehouse.
I think that's all we can do with bushes at the moment. This is probably we're probably going to be able to tune this more later on.
Yeah, the bushes and trees are very, very simple at the moment. We are going to do a pass and do some much more complex and interesting trees, different shapes, different angles, all that kind of stuff. So more to come with that one.
I like this. It's kind of like that's actually quite bush-like.
A little pumpkin stockpile.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm happy with that one.
Yeah. What's that going to look like on the mountainside?
Mountainside. Switch to mountainside view.
Yeah.
Pink. Let's have a look at that.
I probably want to make them a little bit.
Oh.
Oh yeah. That's not terrible.
That's good. I like that.
There's a
It's a bit of a mashup at the moment, but I like it. I like it. I like where this is going.
The pumpkin, the Great Mountain Pumpkins.
Okay, and
so
then you want
the Great Wool Islands and the Great Mountain Pumpkins.
Yeah, and then we're gonna put. You wanted another one on the grass.
Oh, on the ice. You want some ice trees?
Ice trees. Okay.
Yeah. Do some
ice.
like big ice trees.
So you just want a tree for these guys?
Yeah. Ice trees made of ice, or should we do ice trees made of something else?
So stop. Don't auto render, and then we can have them keep that open.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a boring tree. Let's make it taller. It's a bit more interesting. Yeah. Bonk.
So it's quite wide.
Do you want wide trees? That's kind of like Fuchs World. I feel like I kind of did the wide tree.
You did the wide tree. Okay, so how about nice tall narrow trees like spikes?
Nice tall narrow trees.
So I guess we want the trunk height to be low and the main height to be quite high. Yeah? There you go. That's
okay, the bias...
shifting it to the bottom.
Ah, right. So the bias shifts it to the bottom or the top of the tree. Yep. The leaves. And then the taper makes it kind of...
Yeah, like trims.
More square-shaped or more flat.
Yeah, look at that.
That's kind of... Yeah, that's like proper... Should we make the radius a bit... Oh, yeah.
Nice thin ones.
That's what you want.
They kind of look like kebabs.
I am seriously. I'm
really hungry.
I really. This surface ceiling thing, that sounds awesome, and I kind of want to do an upside down tree that like hangs under overhang. Under overhangs.
Well, we'll save that for the cave episode.
Yeah, when I figure out how to do caves, that sounds like fun. There's cave ceiling. I think that might be.
So there's lots of options for the other surfaces.
Yeah, so I'm just touching the surface here because I don't really know this stuff quite yet. But I think if we switch on, actually let's leave that off and I'll just click stop. There is distortion. Yeah. We haven't even done distortion. Okay, let's put some...
What does that operate on then?
So that just like takes the whole world after you've like got all of the height maps and things, and then just distorts
Applies a shift to it. Yeah?
Yep. Oh, okay, right. So, but then the amount of distortion is defined per biome. So we probably want the sand to just stay where it is, but then we want the mountains.
Make them kind of a bit skew-if.
Yes. Distortion. So it's on 0 at the moment. Let's turn that up.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I got to render.
Shuffle the mountains over.
Oh, so it's making some pretty big changes already.
Wow, yeah, look at that. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, your
piles of pumpkins are moving.
Oh, I already like it a lot. Oh, so it's made it all swirly.
Yeah, that's quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Swirly.
Do you want to leave that mountains.
Yup.
Yep. That's going in.
The swirly pumpkin mountains.
Yeah, that just happened.
Do you know what that looks like? That looks like ice cream.
yeah.
Top, little Mr. Whippy kind of. Yeah.
It's kind of going around. I like it.
Yeah. With like a little sprinkles on the top.
Okay, what have we got?
The ice cream.
I think we're just about ready to have a look at this in world.
I think we need to do that. I think that's the only way to go.
Save. Right? Okay. Okay.
Hooray! Right, we're in.
We're in the game. So it turns out we don't have white wool.
First problem.
That's the first problem. That's not good.
Green wool.
This makes Purple Man very angry.
Yeah, purple guy.
Also, yeah, our slopes were a bit too steep, so we didn't get any nice slopes. We got some nice slopes over here.
Yeah,
they're okay.
So those.
And we got some slopes there.
Oh, and these are all the bits of driftwood.
Yeah. Maybe not a great idea.
So it's as though it's like a deforestation has happened.
Yeah.
On the edges of the
of the Greenpeace nightmare.
What's that? That's one of the underwater trees.
Oh, that.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty.
Okay,
cool.
so it needs a bit more work. Like the debug trees, not so sure about them. Okay, and then just gonna do a whole debug feature right now and just be like, whoa, look how easy it is to get up the hills. Okay, we're at the top.
Oh, nice.
Oh, actually, oh, cool. I want to go and look over here.
So the
cave.
Wow, this one has a lot more in the way of pumpkins than we thought there were in the editor. Alright, so that's that. This shape, although we didn't actually add caves, will be because of the distortion.
Yeah, so
we distorted the world in a way that made it kind of warp and it's generated.
Pretty awesome cave, considering it's just from distortion.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Whoa, good old HDR.
The bright lighting.
Okay, so this is what our pumpkin looks like at the moment.
It's
not very pumpkin-like.
Our pumpkins are pretty much the same as the leaves. So the pumpkin leaf trees.
Oh, this is cool. I really like what the distortion's done. It was the combination of the flattening and the distortions made these cool caves.
It has, isn't it?
But yeah, I think in general, like if you look at this terrain, it's all, you're gonna have to. It's only easy to navigate at the moment because I'm flying, but otherwise you're just gonna have to be jumping, and it'll be really annoying. You're playing, and you'll get loads of fall damage. So we need to probably fix that and make it a bit smoother.
But it's got a nice pattern on the top if you look at that.
Yeah.
And then just go and stand on one of the hills and have a look into the distance, because that gives you a good feel about loads of little islands with big
trees.
Islands in between. Yeah.
It's a really big shame we didn't get the green wool to work.
Yeah, we can fix that. These are all things.
Maybe we should do a before and after we fixed all of the problems that we made.
Okay, so remember this shot. This is the whoops. There are a couple of issues here. We'll fix those later.
Geronimo.
Yeah, go and have a look at right over the. Can travel away all the way over there. What's that like purpley colour over there? What's that?
Oh, that might be one of our trees. Okay, they're probably a bit too unlikely. I don't think we really checked how often they popped in.
Yeah, probably need a few more of those. And they only grow on green grass, right?
Yes. Yeah. And there probably isn't enough grass.
We could do with a bit more grass.
It needs to be smoother.
Yeah. But yeah, look, this is past one. This isn't terrible.
Yeah.
It does kind of look quite unique. That looks cool. That whole little a little cove.
I do like the trees.
There's you should put a pirate ship in there.
A pirate ship, yeah. There'll be pirate ships all over the place here.
Oh yeah, this place is definitely
have like a little war
ships.
of pirate ships.
Yeah, with the underwater trees. So yeah, go fly over there and have a look over that way.
Yeah.
Do it. Go this
way.
way.
You want to have a go?
Yeah, I want to see. No, I want to fly. It's so much easier.
It's probably a bit too tricky getting around at the moment.
Yeah. This is the start of a little port, I can see. You could ships come in and dump their cargo of what looks like wood. There's
mostly wood. That's the locals need quite a lot of it.
This town has got an abundance of wood and doesn't have enough other resources. And maybe this is like a little logging place or a lumber mill. How about that? Well, first thing we'll build here is a lumber mill. Very nice. Let's jump up onto the one at the top of these hills. So one thing that we have done with this level, which you can see with the other levels too, is you can choose the different weather effects. So in this one, we've just added some basic kind of ambient effects. We haven't put any snow in because it didn't kind of really make that much sense with all the little islands. We can see there's plenty of clouds and it's kind of a nice sunny day. Yeah. But all the lighting effects and all that kind of stuff is completely customizable. So that's why all the other worlds have so much different colours of the tints, the different sunrises and sunsets, and
all we changed here really is the blocks themselves. The next step would be so that we'd probably get an artist to have a look at it and change the colouring on all of the blocks so that we can have different. Each world at the moment has like different coloured blocks, and yeah, you can see that on the Luca world. So on the Luca world, we have our grass blocks have like they're very white because they're supposed to be all snowy.
Yeah.
And we might want to do something similar here.
Yeah, a little bit hard to navigate at the moment, but yeah, definitely something fixable.
Oh, that is cool. It's like a floating.
Yeah, look at that shape. That's amazing.
Oh, that is. Yeah, that's what distortion does.
Yeah.
And then the the ground's all falling out, and you've got gravel.
Yeah. There's oh, that's a good point. Yeah, you can explain the gravel. That's a good.
Well, I think there's a setting in the generator that we might not have spotted. That it looks for areas like this where you have a very unsupported areas that are quite thin, and in that case they'll actually just fall out and turn into gravel.
Yeah, like the stone that was
fall
there
down
was
onto
kind
the terrain below.
Yeah, dissipated, and yeah, it makes it look like it's been weathered over time.
Yeah. You're going to start to get some slopes down here, but yeah, just in general it's too tall.
Too steep, not climbable.
Far too steep.
Gonna need some extra help to get up there.
Yeah, we might need to make them wider so that we can actually get.
But that is a cool shape. I really like that.
Yeah, I like the distortion. It's good.
Nice.
I like this cave. These caves, just from distortion, are already quite cool.
So this is the first pass of Woolly Island Trees Land. So I think what we'll do is we'll run a quick competition and see if we can get a better name. See what people think. So send us your ideas for what we should call this world, and we'll make a couple of adjustments and make sure we can get correct coloured trees and everything else in time for next time. So yeah, looking cool.
Slow rotate.
Yeah,
that's pretty quick.
There's a nice panning shot there, so you can see what it looks like.
Oh, it's gonna get. Oh, it's getting dark.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will hopefully be doing many more of these. We will have a new guest on each week, and we'll try and do a different
world each time.
Different world, and keep sending us your ideas, and we'll see what we can do.
Bye.